Hey Eagles fans, this is Mark Lynch, Business Manager of IBEW Local 98 here in Philadelphia. We are proud to be sponsoring tonight's NFL Draft coverage here on 6 ABC. Go Birds!
It's the biggest, most important draft in the history of this Philadelphia football franchise. It will determine the outcome of the season for the next 5 years and beyond before a down is ever played. Welcome to the JAKIB Media Sports NFL Draft Special. Live on 6abc.com from Ocean Casino Resort in Atlantic City. Presented by First Trust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. IBEW Local 98, 6ABC, and United Healthcare. Let's go, Philly. Let's get this draft show underway. EAGLES. Eagles.
And welcome in, everybody, to the JAKIB Draft Special, brought to you by IBEW Local 98. Eagles make their final selection, at least we think, just 6 picks to go in the draft. They make their final pick, Moro Ojomo, defensive tackle out of Texas. John, what do you make of the pick here? I know there's scarce information when you get into the 7th round, but what do you make of this pick?
Yeah, it's just obviously it's a big positional value, the defensive line. We know that's where we started in this draft, and that's where it will end. And, you know, they took a player with some versatility. You know, some people project him outside defensive end. Some, you know, he's a more natural 3 technique, a little bit undersized at defensive tackle, but you know, be careful because as you saw yesterday, you know, because somebody played left tackle, you might project him inside a guard. Because somebody played box safety, you might project him to be a post safety. So we'll see where the Eagles project him. Maybe they kick him outside to defensive end. But, you know, when you're down at that stage of the draft, 7th round, you take the best player left on your board, and you see if he can develop down the road, whether that's a year on the practice squad, and move up from there. But overall, I think, you know, when we talk about this weekend as a whole, pretty good. I think, you know, all draft grades immediately afterwards are kind of worth about as much as mock drafts before, right? You need to see guys develop. You need to see the coaching they get. You need to see the situations they're in, the schemes they're in, and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, from Howie Roseman's perspective, he makes good decisions, and good decisions don't necessarily guarantee good outcomes, but the more good decisions you stack together, the more chances you have for those good outcomes. And I think that's what a lot of people sometimes can't wrap their heads around, because you're never going to be 100% when it comes to evaluating talent, evaluating players. Some guys are going to fail, but the more good decisions you make, the more good outcomes you're going to have in the long run. And that's kind of borne out here in Philadelphia.
Yep, and Howie Roseman has certainly stacked a couple seemingly good decisions so far this weekend. John, earlier today, they released a defensive tackle. They just added another one here in round number 7. Do you think that was a foreshadowing of were they looking to add there? I know they value the trenches, you know, more than any team in the NFL, and it's paid off big for the Eagles. Is this a organizational philosophy type of pick? You know, I know you say you take the best player available, but I see it like they're taking the best defensive lineman or offensive lineman they see. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, well, usually, I mean, there are certain positions, obviously, that are more valuable than others in the Eagles' minds. And, you know, we start with running back. I mean, so much of this draft started at least around Philadelphia, at least with a lot of people, Bijan or bust. You got to take Bijan. You got to do this. And, I tried to be cautious. Others tried to be cautious and say, look, this team doesn't value that position at that high in the draft. Not that he's a bad player. He's a blue chip player, but, you can find other avenues, and you start to look at, DeAndre Swift makes $1.7 million. They gave $600,000 to Rashad Penny guaranteed. They gave Boston Scott $2 million. They gave Kenny Gainwell still on his rookie deal. And that enables you to build in other places, and you're still going to have an effective running game. That's sort of how the Eagles do this. And, Howie, and we'll be talking to him here soon. He's probably going to try to button up his undrafted draft class, but he's kind of honest. Whenever he's got two players, relatively even grades, and if it's defensive lineman or offensive lineman versus, cornerback, safety, what have you, running back, he's going to default to the lines every time, and he's honest about that.
Yeah, and he did it again here in pick round number 7 here. So I'll keep it quick, John. I know Howie's coming up. Undrafted free agents are coming up. But overall, it looks like a good 2023 class. They added DeAndre Swift on the trade market. Any projections for what they might do in the undrafted market?
No, my only projection is the Eagles will spend near the top of the league when it comes to undrafted free agents. They always do. Their budget is bigger, and this is where you give credit. Like, as much as we're all going to give Howie Roseman his flowers today, I put it out on Twitter, you got to save a little bit of space for Jeffrey Lurie, because Jeffrey Lurie's the one who approves sort of this long-term approach. He approves, hey, you want to get Jalen Hurts done early? Yep, money's in the bank. Let's get it done. You need a good undrafted free agent class. Yep, you got the biggest budget in the entire NFL last year. He does what needs to be done. So that's part of it as well. A lot of general managers don't operate with the same freedom of Howie Roseman. So it's not, Howie deserves a lot of credit, but Jeffrey does as well for allowing him sort of all these tools to do a good job.
Yeah, it certainly seems like they are operating at a high level. The whole back end of the Eagles organization, that's from Jeffrey to Howie, all the way down. But that'll do it for this edition of the JAKIB Draft Special. Eagles land Moro Ojomo, defensive tackle out of Texas, to put a wrap on the Eagles 2023 draft. John, go hear what Howie has to say and what he does in the undrafted free agent market, and we'll catch up again soon.
All right, thanks, Dan.
That's going to do it for this edition of the JAKIB Draft Special, brought to you by IBEW Local 98. We will be back with a recap either tonight or tomorrow on the full Eagles draft, as they have the undrafted free agents coming up. They had a big day 1, a big day 2, and another big day 3. They landed DeAndre Swift. They landed Keely Ringo. So Eagles and Howie and the whole organization just keeps rolling as they build up for the 2023-24 football season. We will catch you next time on the JAKIB Draft Special.
Do you stream on a Roku, Fire Stick, Google TV, or Apple TV? Now you can watch 6ABC 24/7 with the 6ABC Philadelphia streaming app.
And the big story on Action News?
Search 6ABC Philadelphia and start streaming today.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction, go with trust,
Go Birds!
and go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia Dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
All right, did you know I was the Mommy Slam Dunk Champion?
Really?
Yes, really, don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left. Fake 'em out. Mama, go up, up, up.
She did it.
Again?
You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.